Hey everybody, Yankee here. You know, one of the most successful guns of the last decade, or even couple of decades, has been the SIG Sauer P320. They've won numerous police contracts, they've won government contracts, they've been through testing out the wazoo to do that, yet some people love to tear them down. Some people like to say they're dangerous. And there's different reasons people like to do this. Some people like to do that because they're mad because Glock lost a contract to SIG and Glock isn't the #1 selling polymer anymore, blah, blah, blah. I understand that. Some people are brand loyal. Some people accuse me of being SIG brand loyal. I'm not loyal to the P320 at all. I don't even own a regular one. I have one, the AXG here. That's the only SIG P320 I have. It's an all-metal one, and I wouldn't carry this gun to save my life. I think it's dangerous. But not for the reason people say. These guns don't go off on their own. People love to say that, but it's not true. And influencers on YouTube, influencers, love to promote that. And you know why? Well, the very reason I don't take money from SIG is also a reason they don't, because SIG doesn't usually put it out. Now, I don't take it because I don't take it from any manufacturer, but most gun people don't get money from SIG because they don't pay for advertisement. They don't pay for reviews. They don't give you tons of free product. They're just not into that. They let their guns sell themselves. So, and they count on a lot of big contracts that they get. So they don't do that. So a lot of gun tubers love to slam them because it makes the competitors that actually pay them to promote them look better. So they love to jump on that bandwagon. But you know who really loves to slam them? Everytown, Bloomberg. I have read transcripts of their meetings. I have read their marching orders. And a lot of times their biggest thing that they want to do is cause recalls for guns. They have said many times the bigger recall we can cause, the closer we force these companies to bankruptcy. And they have been doing that with SIG Sauer. The Bloomberg Group was instrumental in having the local law enforcement in Washington say, oh, these guns we can't really determine if they're safe, so we can't use them anymore. That was a big political thing sponsored and pushed forward by Bloomberg through our new governor. So that was all politics. And a lot of people think, well, this means the guns are unsafe. They're unsafe. Oh, Jakey's just not paying attention. He's not paying attention. He doesn't want to know they're bad. No, if they're bad, I want to know. I say shitty stuff about guns all the time. You know that. If I don't like something, I'll let you know. If something's not good, I'll let you know. I don't get money from any of these people. I'm not beholden to anybody. But one thing I have seen with the P320 is not a single case of them going off on their own like people say. Like I said, Bloomberg's got lawyers that go around specifically looking for people who've had problems, negligent discharges, and bankrolled lawsuits for them. Usually it's cops, because cops are the ones doing stupid things with their guns. And even though it's on tape a lot of times, on video, that they did something stupid, not what they're saying they did, they still go through with these lawsuits, because every time there's a lawsuit, it hurts SIG Sauer. They got to pay to defend themselves. And sometimes they'll settle and just do a recall. And they know that hurts a gun manufacturer. And they've determined a long time ago, we can't get rid of guns. So now we got to go after retailers and manufacturers. Try to get them out of business. If we can't take away people's rights, we'll take away their supply. And this is part of that. And like I said, I haven't seen one single case of a gun going off on its own. Even back in the day when the guns are relatively new, they had one model that was going off when you dropped it very hard in a very specific way because the trigger itself was too light. The inertia of the trigger itself was heavy, but the trigger pull was light, so that when you dropped it, the inertia of that heavy metal trigger was enough to overcome the weight of the trigger pull and make it fire. But the trigger was being pulled by inertia. They fixed that problem. And that let people say, oh, we can compound on this, and every time someone has an accident, we can make it think it's the gun's fault, and most people won't look into it. And maybe we can get SIG to settle and do a recall. But like I said, haven't seen a single case of where it's actually happened. Every case, even when they're looking for cases, the best cases they find are ones where there's video evidence that's contrary to what they're saying, or the situation itself is very suspect. Like, oh, I had the gun wrapped in a towel in a gym bag and it went off on its own. It didn't have it in a holster or nothing. Oh, the gun was in my purse, not in a holster, and I slammed it against the desk and it just went off. No gun should do that. Well, no, pretty much any striker fire gun can do that. But people, just want to believe what they hear. And like I said, when they hear the mouthpieces on YouTube back it up, they don't take into account, well, these people don't like SIG because they don't pay them. But like I said, I have no reason to defend SIG, no personal loyalty to SIG Sauer, and especially not to the P320. Like I said, I own one P320. It's the AXG. It's the metal frame one. Wouldn't carry it. I think it's completely dangerous for reasons other than what other people think, because it's a striker fired and I think the trigger's too light. But as far as them being extraordinarily dangerous, it's just not true. I've never seen any evidence of it. Now, people send me stuff all the time saying, oh, well, you didn't look at this, you didn't look at that. And I look at what they send me and I'm like, well, that's just conjecture. That's just, hysteria. That's just sensationalism. I haven't seen any evidence yet. If I see evidence, I'll be the first person to say, throw those things in the trash. Like I said, no loyalty whatsoever to them. But like I said, haven't seen one drop of evidence. If you think you've seen evidence, come to my live chat. Let me know. This is an open challenge to anyone. If you're one of those people that did videos or one of those people that wrote an essay or an article about it, come to my live chat. If you're someone that just read one and you think you know what they're saying, come to my live chat. Let me know. This is an open challenge to anyone that thinks they have evidence about the P320 being dangerous in any way beyond the fact that it's just a striker-fired gun with a light trigger, which is what people wanted. It's why they got a safety on the military one. And they should have a safety on the cops ones because cops are too stupid to operate the guns. I hate to say it, but that's true. So if you think you can say otherwise, if you think you can show evidence that they've ever gone off on their own or that they are any more dangerous than any other striker-fired gun with a light trigger, come let me know. Change my mind. I want to know if I'm missing something. I want to know. But this is one of those cases where so far I haven't been able to find any evidence. No matter how much stuff people send me and tell me to watch this and watch that, you'll see. I watch it and I'm like, well, you're seeing what you want to see, obviously, because there's no evidence here. It's just like I said, speculation, conjecture, hysteria, sensationalism. It's all that stuff. And that's all it is usually. And it's, oh, this shouldn't have happened. This couldn't really happen with a good guy. The situations you're talking about can happen all the time. Like that one deputy who said, oh, my gun was just in my holster and when it went off. No, we can see if you watch the whole video, you drew your gun, you put your gun back in, not all the way in your holster, not in the proper holster even. And then when you went to shove it back down in, it went off. Probably got your finger in the way or something on your shirt. Very suspicious circumstances. And they love to cut that video before you see him draw the gun earlier. And even in his report, it says he drew his gun and put it back in his holster. And you can see in the video, it's not all the way holstered. People love to say, oh, that's proof. No, it isn't. There was no proof there whatsoever. In fact, there's proof to the contrary. His report, the video, everything shows that he unholstered his weapon and then didn't properly reholster his weapon. And any gun can do that. That's one of the most dangerous times when you're handling your gun is putting it back in your holster, especially a light trigger on a striker-fired gun. That's why I don't like them. It won't carry them. So I admit, yeah, they're dangerous. That's why I tell people don't appendix carry these things. They are far more dangerous than other guns, and that's the most dangerous way you can carry it. But as far as seeing that it's malfunctioning or operating in any way other than it was designed to, and that it's being misused by idiots, no evidence whatsoever. But like I said, if you think I've missed something, come let me know. Be the guy who changes my mind, the guy who gives me the evidence that I've been missing. Because I would love my next video to be, I was wrong, P320s are garbage. That would get a lot of views. So come on in, tell me what you know, or at least what you think you know. Because like I said, I haven't seen the evidence yet. So many people claim they do, but then when I ask them for it specifically, they haven't really come through with it yet. So be the one that does. Like I said, change my mind about the P320. If you think it's actually dangerous and you think you have proof or someone else has shown proof, like I said, point it out to me, change my mind, come in, let me know if the P320's actually dangerous.